very well.
A question that needs to be asked is, why is there such a disparity in the quality of teachers between our inner city schools and the suburban schools? Why is it allowed for a revolving door of first and second year teachers up to 60% in the inner city, creating instability, creating a lower quality education compared to the suburban school? Who's behind that? Who allows and why do they allow this to exist?
Certainly we have additional challenges at many of our urban schools that have constant turnover of principals, revolving doors of faculty. We don't have that stability in those communities. And so these challenging areas are going to take more time to meet the challenges for many of these schools that have that revolving door for the principal, that have teachers who aren't fully credentialed, maybe are just going to stay there for a year. I have been to some urban schools, even halfway through the school year, where they haven't been able to find full-time math teachers to teach that math class, or full-time science. I visited an urban school in Southern California where they had 4 classes watching a film. And I said, what class is this? History? In fact, the film was on the Louisiana Purchase. They said, no, 2 science classes, 2 math classes. We didn't have teachers for the classes. So, and this was, the school year had already begun, and it was babysitting. And then we wonder why these students don't score as well on some of our state standardized tests for math or for science or English language arts.
Public schools are supposed to provide children with an opportunity to succeed. But our children, by the fact that we have poor quality textbooks, overcrowdedness in classes, teachers that don't show up, a lower quality of teaching in our inner city schools, first and second year teachers straight out of college, non-credentialed teachers, substitute teachers where classes are bundled together in an auditorium to watch a movie in a subject matter that has nothing to do with the class that they were in. Are they serious about educating the student, or are they more serious about getting the revenue that the student generates because of average daily attendance?
Fewer highly qualified teachers in the inner city. You also potentially have more turnover. If there's schools that are identified in the valley or the west side as being more desirable, teachers will want to move out there and stay. So you may see teachers who've been there for 10 or 15 years, have a great deal of experience in the community. They may live in the community, know the children, know the parents, have taught a child's older siblings, will see the child's younger siblings, and have a connection to the community. But if they're in schools for a shorter period of time, those connections don't develop as well. And if they're trying to move to other schools, they're not there as long, and there's greater turnover in teachers, which I think makes it much harder both from the perspective of a school principal or a school leader to have a coherent instructional program, and makes it much harder on children to learn when there's less consistency across the faculty over many years.
What I'm also concerned about is the way the district allocates the money that it actually does have. We have norm tables